You are sitting alone in a room, bathed in the cool, artificial glow of a screen. The world outside is quiet, but inside your mind, the noise is deafening. You scroll endlessly, a cascade of images and updates from lives that seem so much more vibrant, so much more successful than your own. Each post, each happy face, each announcement of a new achievement feels like a small, sharp stone being added to a pile already pressing down on your chest. The weight becomes almost unbearable, and a familiar toxic whisper surfaces from the depths of your thoughts. I am a loser. The words are simple, yet they carry an immense power to paralyze you right where you are. This feeling is a heavy anchor in a turbulent sea. It convinces you that everyone else has been given a secret map, a special key to a life you can only observe from a distance. The sense of isolation deepens with every passing second, making you feel like an outsider looking in on a party to which you were never invited. This narrative of failure is not just a passing thought. It has become a core belief that dictates your inaction. It tells you that trying is pointless because the outcome is already predetermined. You are stuck, frozen by the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you are capable of. The comparison trap is a brutal one. It magnifies your perceived shortcomings while simultaneously airbrushing the struggles of others. The curated perfection you see on your screen creates a distorted reality, one where effort is invisible and success appears instantaneous. You don't see the years of practice behind the musician's perfect performance, the countless rejections before the author's book deal, or the early mornings and late nights that built the successful business. You only see the polished result, and you measure your messy, complicated beginning against their triumphant finish line. This unfair comparison robs you of your motivation and leaves you feeling hopelessly behind in a race you never even started. But this moment of profound stillness, this feeling of being utterly stuck, also holds a quiet potential. It is a crossroads. Down one path lies the continuation of this cycle. More scrolling, more comparison, more self-recrimination. Down the other, there is a different possibility, one that does not require a monumental leap of faith or a sudden surge of inspiration. It is a path that begins not with a grand gesture, but with a single, almost imperceptibly small decision. The decision to do something, anything differently for the next 5 minutes. This single moment of despair does not have to define your entire journey. It can simply be the starting point, you know. Now, in this heavy moment, consider one simple action. It does not need to be transformative or world-changing. Just breathe in slowly, filling your lungs completely. Then, breathe out, releasing the air and some of the tension with it. Put the phone down on the table, screen side down. This act, as minor as it seems, is a declaration. It is a choice to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with yourself, right here in the present. You have not solved all your problems or erased your doubts, but you have successfully executed one small, deliberate act. This is the fundamental principle of change. A long journey is nothing more than a series of individual steps. You wake up to a new day. You wake up to a new day. You wake up to a new day. You have a plan, a single tiny task written on a piece of paper. Perhaps it is to go for a 10-minute walk. You try, but halfway through you feel unmotivated and turn back. Or maybe your plan is to avoid sugary snacks, but by the afternoon, you find yourself eating a cookie. The immediate reaction is often a wave of self-criticism. See? I can't even do this one small thing. I failed. This is the critical moment where most people give up, interpreting the failure as a final verdict on their capabilities. But this is a profound misunderstanding of what failure truly is. Failure is not a judgment. It is not an identity. Failure is simply data. When you tried to walk and turned back, what did you learn? Perhaps the morning is not the best time for you. Maybe you need more engaging music. When you ate the cookie, what was the trigger? Stressed, bored, genuinely hungry. Failure, when examined with curiosity instead of shame, becomes your most valuable teacher. It provides specific, actionable feedback that you can use to adjust your approach. It doesn't mean your goal is wrong. It just means your initial strategy needs a tweak. Failure is not the end of the road. It is a signpost pointing you toward a better route. Embrace the mindset of a scientist. A scientist conducting an experiment does not see a negative result as a personal failure. They see it as new information that refines their hypothesis. So, you try again. Maybe this time you try your walk in the evening. Maybe you prepare a healthy snack in advance to have it ready when the craving hits. Look at the skyline of a sprawling, vibrant city. Those towering skyscrapers were not willed into existence overnight. They were built methodically, one brick at a time, one floor at a time, day after day. Your life is built in the same way. Lasting change is not the result of a single, dramatic transformation. It is the cumulative effect of hundreds, even thousands, of small, consistent actions. Each tiny win is a brick you are laying in the foundation of a new reality. A single workout won't transform your body. 100 will. A single page won't write a novel. 300 will. Begin by tracking your tiny wins. Get a calendar or a notebook. Make a mark for each day you complete your one small habit. Did you get out of bed without hitting snooze? That's a win. Mark it down. Did you choose water over soda? That's a win. Mark it down. This simple act of tracking has a powerful psychological effect. It makes your progress visible. When you feel discouraged, look back at your calendar and see a chain of successes. That visual proof fights hopelessness and shows you are moving forward. As you build this chain, momentum begins to take over. Each completed task makes the next one easier. Initial resistance fades and the habit becomes automatic. There will still be days when you feel lost. The old voice of shame may return, whispering its familiar lies. But now, you have a new response. When it says, "You are a loser," you can answer with quiet strength, "I am learning." When it says, "You will never change," you can reply, "I am taking the next step." These are not just empty affirmations. They are statements of fact backed by the evidence of your recent actions. You have learned to separate your identity from your temporary feelings. You are not your anxiety. You are not your mistakes. You are the person who keeps showing up, day after day. Look up. Look at the people in the stands of a stadium. Look at the crowds cheering at a marathon. They are not just celebrating the winner. They are celebrating the effort. They are celebrating the perseverance. They are celebrating the courage of every single person who chose to participate. You must become your own compassionate spectator. Celebrate your own small wins with the same enthusiasm. This self-compassion is not a weakness. It is the essential ingredient that allows you to endure for the long haul. The journey does not end. There is no final destination where all problems cease to exist. Life will continue to present challenges, but you are no longer the person who was frozen in the dim light of a screen. You have built a system for navigating difficulty.